back from a nice pleasant run in a nice pleasant state of mind. And I was thinking about interesting things, as I always do when I go out for my run with an interesting state of mind. Nevertheless, what I thought I would talk about today is religion. For me, God, G-O-D, means generalized open system dynamics. It's the flow of energy. What is an absolute truth is that when energy flows, there's a creative capacity to it, and that creative capacity can build on itself over time, leading to the prebiotic soup, leading to the first forms of life and the subsequent evolution of life forms, including that big change that occurred at one point when the endocannabinoid receptors first evolved, and that led to our whole lineage of vertebrates. Anyway, so religion really is something that you use as a guide for your life. And at different times we have different capacities to voice what things we might want to embrace as part of our lifestyles, and we had to give reasons for them, and we use the language and the understandings of the time, and to me that's where our various religions came from. Well, many of which, by the way, have a cannabis-based sect in them, because cannabis is so unique in how it impacts on our biochemistry in such an all-pervasive manner. So kind of the spirit of our lives is touched by how we evolve this endocannabinoid system, and now how the plant can interact with that basic aspect of our lives in a way that seems to promote health and inhibit the age-related deterioration that occurs as stuff is flowing through us. You know, think about it, in newborn and a child, they're always growing. But while they're growing, they're also degrading. There's always a two-way street there of synthesis and degradation. It's just that when you're young and growing, you got the good stuff happening, you're growing. Then you reach adulthood, and you kind of hang out for a while, and then you start aging more, you know, in the decline, where we return to equilibrium, ultimately, with death in terms of having a phase change. So wouldn't it make sense for us if we understood various aspects of the creative nature of how energy flows, how the cannabinoid system regulates the balance between synthesis and degradation, to take advantage of that, to feedback within ourselves, because feedback is the key to having any kind of positive change or negative change. But in any event, to have positive change, we need to be able to feedback. We got to be able to enhance the quality, essentially, of the flow by reducing the negative structures that essentially rob us of our spirit, of our lives' energy that flows through us. So we have this magical plant. It's part of a physical phenomena that manifests itself as a biological phenomena. This plays an integral role in it. There's a coherent story with sound science as to why we need to, at this point in man's evolution, turn down our inflammatory thermostat and essentially turn up our anti-inflammatory thermostat, which is what our cannabinoid system does. In the past, we died from infections. Infections, generally, you can fight them better with infections, with inflammation processes, inflammatory biochemistry. But we're living longer, we need to be less aggressive in our responses so that we essentially produce less self-inflicted damage. Again, stress in the mind, stress in society, those all contribute to that negative inflammatory kind of biochemistry. So we need more cannabinoids. That's my religion. It's based on science. And I think that people who understand this, I think this is one of the ways that we're going to, in the future, have to utilize this integration of religion and science in order to force the issue through the court system. Because if your religion is science-based, then they can't let you talk about your religion without letting you talk about the science. And if the science is the positive consequences of cannabis activity and increasing it, then it gives us a way to get into the system with the facts that they otherwise, through their mental illness and deceitfulness, how they will prevent the truth from being heard because they can't perpetuate the lie in the face of the truth. So I just urge everybody to get active, have a happy new year, and let's continue with our momentum to end the stupidity that has dominated our world for the most part forever. And let's step into a new age where we shift that cannabis balance up and are all able to take advantage of the benefits that should accrue from that. Peace.